What's going on, Victor? How we doing, everybody?
Hey, how's it going, everyone? How's it going, Steve?
Hey, it's going good, man. I'm really excited to talk. Oh, I got my YouTube video going on in the background. I got excited, but yeah, man, I'm happy to have you here, man. It was awesome talking with you last night. We talked about the Books and Beyond conference. We had our launch party last night, so
Yeah.
that was fun. And today we get to talk about sourcing books, and we're actually going to show you guys books that Victor just literally sourced like before the call. So
Right, exactly. I stood up a good portion of the night last night, sourcing a lot of those books, and then this morning for the rest of them because I wanted to show these are books that are live right now. You can purchase and wanted the freshest inventory. So, yep, excited about showing that. I mean, anybody who is here, you guys are in for a treat.
Yeah, we're giving it away today. I sent out an email earlier and I'm like, literally come hang out with us and you're going to be able to steal these 10 book replens.
Yep.
And the thing is, like, there's a difference between like if we show you books that maybe we find at the thrift store or a library sale, it's like kind of hard to go find them. But what we're going to show you guys today is like books you can actually source online without leaving your house. So Victor,
right.
in the last year, correct me if I'm wrong, you sold what, over $500,000?
500,000, yeah, like 505,000 with 155,000 in profit.
Yeah, man, that's cool. 155,000. So I know 10,000 a month profit would come to 120. So you were, wow, that's like $13,000 a month, man.
Yeah,
Profit.
my biggest months though are July and August. So we're talking about like 60,000 those months, like in profit, not in revenue. 50, 60 in profit on those months. So most of my other months are slower, but yeah, those are my big months, mostly because of high school books. I sell a ton of high school books.
Yeah, man, that's really cool. So everybody is going to be in for a treat today. We're literally going to give you guys, you know, as the young kids say, the sauce, right? We're going to give you guys the sauce. We're going to give you the recipe for you to go out and do this yourself. That's the whole goal, right? The whole goal of this call. If you guys hang out until the end, I could promise you, if you're struggling to maybe find books at thrift stores, library sales, which honestly, there's a lot of books at thrift stores, library sales, local pickups. There's so many ways to source books, but maybe, you know, you're not finding enough. There's a lot of inconsistencies, or you don't want to waste gas driving all around. Or maybe I remember I went to a library sale once. A guy told me to go F off because we both got to the same book at the same time. And he was bigger than me, so he took it. But maybe you're trying to find more books. You're like, how do I find enough books to make it worth my time? We're going to show you guys how to source books from the comfort of your home in your pajamas. You could be, I always say, sipping a glass of wine or having a seltzer water or drinking a gallon of Poland Springs.
There you go.
So let's shout some people out, Victor. I don't know if you could see the comments. I could shout them out, or you can shout them out, whatever you like.
Yeah. So Ronnie says, thanks, fellas. Romer's here. All right.
What's up, Avery?
How's it going, Dale? These are definitely people in my Facebook community, right? They're out there supporting me. Thank you, Bob. I'm happy you're here. Trevor, I mean, we both met him in Miami. I just met him in Miami. He's an awesome
Trevor?
guy. Yeah, he's now doing a lot of books, and so I'm excited to work with him there. Matt's killing it right now with books. He's actually a Bookmine member who's buying a ton of inventory off Bookmine. So I'm happy for him. And we all know Joji. Joji is the legend here of book online arbitrage. So happy he's here, or at least for a little bit. I know he said that he had to go soon. So
yeah, go follow if you guys want to learn more after this call as well. If you want to learn more about books, 100% free. Go check out Joji Davenport's YouTube channel.
Exactly.
Also, check out Victor has a free Facebook group. Do you want to tell everyone about that?
Yeah, it's seasonal book arbitrage. That's what basically you just search that on Facebook. And what's really cool about it is that we have 6 years worth of data on there. And all 6 years, I've been just posting a ton of leads, a ton of, hey, go buy this book. This is a really good one. And so the best thing about online arbitrage with books is there's the inventory list is so vast that we can share this many books and we won't even notice each other exist, right? Because there's over 100 million books on Amazon right now. So these books that we're going to share right now is not even a drop in the bucket. It's not even a bucket. It's so small. So that's why I really enjoyed, and I really enjoy helping teach other people how to do this.
You know what the cool thing is about books as well? They're not like sexy, right? They're not like, you don't see like on TikTok and like all over social media, everyone's showing off like Nike and, like electronics and all these high flipping items, like fast sellers. And I saw a lot of those too. But the cool thing with books, like you said, there's literally tens of millions of books. And a lot of the books that, I mean, at least I sell, and I know Joji as well. And we sell these books that aren't like, it's not like they're selling like 150 times a month. Like some of these things might only sell once or twice a month. And I'll tell you, some of you guys are probably thinking like, oh, once or twice a month, like that's like not worth my time. Why is it worth their time? Why are books that are slow sellers such a big opportunity?
Yeah. So what our niche has versus any other niche in the entire market that I don't even know, that like every other market that exists, is our market has such a high ROI. It's crazy. Like you can buy a book for like $4 or $5. In online arbitrage, probably it's going to get as cheap as $6. Buy a book for $6, sell it for $100. It happens all the time. And a testament to that is Joji. Joji does this all day long. He will find books that are like $6, $7, sell them for $100. That is his whole thing, right? And on Bookmine you can do that, but even without Bookmine, you can go to Keepa and find those type of books. So that's really what is so awesome. It is great money. Like if you don't have a lot of capital to start out with, you can turn $500 into $1,500, and there's no other business like that. I mean, I've worked in other businesses. I mean, think of like a grocery store, right? They're like operating at a 6% margin. I know other online arbitrage sellers on Amazon, they're hoping for 10%. For me as an online book arbitrage person who does basically the same thing they do, but just with books, we're well over 30%. And it, and Joji has the same 30 to 35% ROI, and there's people even doing even higher than that. So it's definitely there's possibilities everywhere, and just excited that to kind of show your audience what is possible.
And what I'm even more impressed with, and I think everybody should really listen closely to what I'm going to say. Not only did Victor make $155,000 profit, but tell them, how often are you actually touching the books and how much time are you actually spending? Now, this is going to sound like a late night infomercial. It really is, but it's true with books and with Prep Center. So tell them about that before we get in, because I just want to set the table how impressive you're doing things.
No, exactly. This is beyond simple. So all I'm doing is finding the book. Once I find the book, all I do is click buy, and the rest of it just happens like magic. It goes to a prep center. The prep center sends it to Amazon. I put in a price, and everything else is done, right? Amazon then preps the book and sends it off to my customer. And all I do, a couple months later is receive a check for the book that I bought a few months before. So it's that simple. I haven't touched a book now going on 5 years. So I've sold, almost 9,000 books a year. And I don't have an inventory in my house. I don't have a warehouse. I don't need to lug books around. So yeah, I am a bookseller, but I can't actually show you any books, right? Because I don't have any books to show you. And the coolest part of this is literally, all of this is like set up for you. You can be an awesome bookseller with actually no books in your house. Which, I mean, I know you just got a prep center too just recently, right? Isn't it like amazing?
It's the best. It's the best. Yeah. And the cool thing with books is they don't really get damaged very easily, right? You get a good hard book. It's not like a, something that's fragile, right? Mm-hmm. So the return rates are low. The profit margins are high. It's not a sexy product, right? I keep saying it. People aren't, it's not flying around all over TikTok. So it's kind of a cool little thing that we've been doing. I've been doing this for, 10 plus years. I taught my mom how to do it. Yeah. So what I need everybody to do.
I really like what you hit on the customer returns, right? Because like other parts of Amazon, they're like, oh, we get so many customer returns. Like say for instance, if you went into shoes, right? Shoes are great. It looks initially great, high margins, very close to books, even 20-25% margins on shoes. But if you then looked at it, there's a ton of customer returns, like people returning their shoes. They tried them on, they used them for a little bit and return them. we're talking that is like about 20-25% customer returns. And when you look at all of that, you end up with about 5% ROI at the end of the day with shoes. Well, with books, with especially used books, if somebody returns your used book, it comes back as a used book, and so you can just send that right back in. And so I get less than 0.5% actually books that where I can't resell it, where it's like, okay, I've lost like this value of this book, which is again unheard of for any other market. I hope you can tell how excited I am with the book. So
so if you're looking to, maybe you want to make an extra $500 a month, like we're talking profit. Who cares what sales are? Profit. You can do it. You want to make an extra 1,000 or 2,000, 3,000, you can do it. I mean, Joji, he's doing 10K months. You're doing 12, 13K months with books. A lot of people in here, I recognize them for the group. They're making, really good money. So all I need to know before we get into it, we're going to do a little presentation. We're going to do some slides and break down 10 books, right, Victor, that
exactly
you could source right now, that he's flipped, that you can make money with. I need to know how much money how much money would change your life? Like realistically, like don't say like $1 million, but realistically, if in the next 90 days, next 6 months, you were able to add 1,000 a month, 2,000, $5,000. I'm talking profit, like after expenses and everything. What would that number be for you? I want to know. I'm going to shout some folks out, and then we could just jump right into the call and start to share some of this good stuff. So I need to know below, how much money do you guys want to make? And while people are commenting, why don't we get your slides up if you want to present them, and I could add that onto the screen. I see Kelly. While you're doing that, I'll shout some people out. Kelly, 3,000 a month. Oh, that's that's very, very doable. James, $1,500 a month. Bonnie, 5,000 a month. Amanda says 20,000 a month, but I can promise you, Amanda, I know Amanda, she's working a full-time job. I bet you even 3,000 to 4,000 a month would change your life. Amanda's amazing. She literally went from, we were talking about it on last night's show, a couple $100 a month to now doing 10, 15. I think she did a $23,000 a month. I think that was in December or so. So Sherry says 5,000. Brian says 4,000. Brian Sintel, what's up, man? I'm making about 7K a month. Want to make at least 20K. That's awesome. Dale says 3,000. So this is definitely practical, guys. And I don't know if you have any words you want to touch on after those comments before we get into things, but I'll pass it off to you.
So Steve, what I really, I started with a goal of making about $500, maybe $1,000 in additional profit from my job, like on top of my job. Right. And so that's how I started. And I quickly built from that, right, where we became like, okay, 500, then it went to 1,000, then it went to 2,000, and now I'm making more at my on books than I'm in my job. I kept at my job for a little bit longer because I was like, well, I don't know if this is stable enough. And basically, once I realized this was stable enough, I was like, look, this doesn't make any sense. I'm making so much money buying and selling books online. Why don't I just do this and kind of like buy my freedom back, right? Now I can do books anytime, any day, from anywhere. And once I had that, I don't have a boss, right? It's just me doing books whenever I want. I decided, okay, this is definitely the way forward for me. I ended up, quitting my job and just doing books on, 100%. And then, what I decided was, you know what, I need to also give back to the community who helped me do this. And so that's why I'm here. And that's why I've made myself more available in the last like year. Before that, I had like a government job, so I really couldn't necessarily go out so much to do this. But now I can do it as much as I want, and which is what all this is just. I'm here to help you guys out. So,
and speaking of helping folks out, I know we had a conversation a week or two ago about this. Are we still doing a little giveaway at the end? I know we talked about.
Yep, we're definitely doing that.
Yeah. So. What are we giving? Was it $50 or $100? I forget what we were going to do.
Or $25. No, we're giving out $100. And Steve, if you could help me do that at the end, that would be great.
All right. Should we get two winners or one? One person going to win 100 or 250s? What do you think? I don't know.
I don't know. We should ask the community. Two 250s or one person get $100.
Yeah, we want to reward folks who stick until the end, because let's just be honest, guys. Like, if you watch the first 5 minutes, you're not going to get anything. You got to watch the whole thing. We're going to give you the whole story. We're not going to hide anything. There's not like a $5,000 course you have to buy at the end. It's we're literally just going to show you how to do this, but we need you to stick around. So should we give away $100 cash prize to someone who sticks around to the end, or 250s? I see James says everyone. James is
James is smart.
Victor's like the Oprah of the book selling community.
And you.
All right, I see twos. So we'll do two. Okay. I see Rob and Kathy. So I'm going to pass it off to you. I'm going to stop talking, because you know what? People want to hear you talk. They want to hear you share how you literally made 155,000 profit doing this exact method, nothing hidden, nothing held back. So I'm going to pass it off and let's have some fun. I'll be in the comments answering questions.
Let's go. And Steve, can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So we're here to talk about online book arbitrage, right? Which is basically we're buying books online from Amazon and eBay, and we're then selling them back on Amazon. So it's a pretty simple process. And I've been doing this for now over 6 years. I've run a Facebook group doing the same exact thing, where I've been just helping out people in the community build their book business. So a lot of you guys who are here actually, on this channel right now are because I because of my Facebook group, right? You guys joined, and I really appreciate that. And I know a lot of you guys have done really well with books already. So this is to further that education and further help you guys out with selling books online. So I basically call this a starter kit. We're gonna quickly teach just a little bit of how I find books or what to look for in a book. And then we're going to go into some really great live books, which I'm sure that all you guys would get a lot of value in. So let's go to the next slide. So why online arbitrage with books? Well, you can, as I've talked about earlier, you can work from anywhere. Like in the 6 years, I've lived in Texas, I've lived in Nashville, I've lived in now in DC, and also in New Mexico. And my business didn't skip a beat, right? Because you can be anywhere. You can, as long as you have a laptop and internet, you can go and go to Amazon and start sourcing. And so that's what's really cool. There's no well, I got to stay in this community, or I can't go on vacation anymore. Or if I go on vacation, I'm having to worry about your business. No, your business goes wherever you want to go, because it's just your laptop, right? To further add to that, you don't need a car, you don't need a specific house or a storage unit are required, right? These books, when you purchase them, basically we're going to purchase them off of Amazon. We're going to send them to our prep center, and then the prep center sends them to Amazon. Since there's no you're taking you out of the equation. So because of it, you don't have to drive to thrift stores. You don't even have to negotiate with, manufacturers or anything like that, where other online arbitrage people are doing that. You don't have to, like I said, you don't drive to stores. This is all just on your laptop, and all we're doing is looking for patterns, right? And so the next one here, it's highly scalable. I've kind of chose to stay right around $500,000 in sales, because that, I no longer need to work, right? So that's good enough for me. But I believe if you hired some VAs and really did this to another level, you could easily get this to $1 million or higher. I know a few people who have at least $1 million business in books. So it is possible. You can definitely do it. And it's just replicating the same exact thing we're about to show you. So other great things. I know a lot of you guys have been worried about IP complaints, or say for instance, I just heard in the Amazon community, was it Nike that got gated? And I think Adidas got gated back and forth.
Disney. Yeah.
Yeah. And Disney. See, these are things that don't happen with books, right? Because Amazon started with books, right? So the everything that is happening now with other brands have already happened with books. It's already established. So the books that you're gated on are very rarely will ever go back to being gated. And I'm talking about once a year, maybe a book that maybe one book a year, 1 or 2 books a year, maybe that are just randomly gated for me that weren't before. But that's just extremely rare. So there's none of those worries. Plus, we have ways to check for counterfeits here. So basically, you go to Book Run, They have a counterfeit checker there. You put the ISBN number in there, and you'll be able to check whether or not those books are counterfeit. So basically, I'm saying there's very low risk with selling books online, and we already, me and Steve already talked about this, but it has sky high ROI, which is a great ring to it. But it's true. Most of my books, I'm making at least 50% ROI on books. Like every book that I'm buying, I'm shooting for 50% or higher. I literally turn down anything lower than that, which again, in other categories, they're happy with 10%, which, for us, I don't think I could get a bookseller to buy a book at 10% ROI. So again, another great, huge benefit of book online arbitrage. So I kind of already introduced myself, but yeah, I achieved financial freedom at 38. I'm now about to be 40 in October. Altogether in my 6 years, I've sold over $1 million worth of books. So I call myself a multi-million-dollar seller, which is overall through the lifetime of selling books. That's correct. And now I've been, doing this and also helping out people achieve their dreams in selling books and helping them out financially. Because like we also have goals, right? Some of us just want an extra $500. Some of us want to quit our jobs and be able to do this full time, and all this is possible with books. And so also just 3 months ago now, me and Joji launched Bookmine, which basically does exactly what I've been telling you. At buying and selling books on Amazon, it helps you find books even quicker than just say going through Keepa to find books or other traditional sourcing methods. So it really gives you the best books up front, and we'll talk about that in a little bit here. But I want to keep going. I want to show you the very basics of books, and I've through the 6 years have really mastered of how to at least teach a beginner how to get this going. And so it starts pretty easy, right? We're buying low and we're selling at a book's peak season. That's what we're doing. We're looking for specific patterns. So like, for instance, a Christmas book, lo and behold, actually spikes during Christmas, and the rest of the year it kind of flattens out, right? There's lots of demand. The price spikes in Christmas and it kind of goes out. Also Halloween books, right? Guess when that is? Spikes. It spikes in October, right? So we look for patterns like that. We also look for market inefficiencies. And you think, okay, well, how many market inefficiencies are there? Well, there's over 100 million books on Amazon. There's always going to be market efficiencies every hour. At least a couple of thousand market inefficiencies an hour. So if you're able to spot those, you're able to buy those and then turn them back and sell them for their intrinsic value. That's also a great way and another way to source. And then look for like repricing errors. I don't know how many of us are actually already Amazon sellers, but I've accidentally sold a $99 book for $9, right? $9.99 instead of $99.99. And, somebody quickly bought that up, but, so that happens all the time, right? There's people who accidentally price their books wrong, and you can go in and purchase those books. But the most important thing of all this is, we put in a lot of effort, me and Steve and Joji and everyone in this community to help you out, but you have to take action. You got to actually go in and buy these books. So when we show you these books, basically all you need to do is go in and purchase them, either get a prep center or you prep them yourself, send those back into Amazon and, wait for the money to come in. Really, it's that simple. Once I kind of show you what we're looking at, right? Because we're not buying off hope. We're buying off facts. And so we'll see that here in a second of how to spot that out. All right. So this is the easiest way I've found to kind of show people how to buy a book. I start out with a mountain because for like when I show people a graph, they're lost, right? They're like, okay, that looks odd. But when I show them a mountain, they can understand what I'm looking at. So if you were to look over here on the left in the blue line here, that would be like a January peak season, right? So that is when a book spikes. A book spikes in January, and that you look at this as like the used line, and basically this is the peak price that's happening in January, and then you'll see like a valley, right? And then kind of a small peak, and then another peak. So this is August, this is May, and this is January. So you'll see a peak in January, a valley, and then somewhat of a peak in May, and then an even bigger peak in August. Well, right now we are about, say, right here, if you guys can see my mouse, in the cycle of a college book. So basically, all we're doing is buying in this valley. When you're in this valley, this is a great time to be purchasing. And this is a repeatable trend that has happened year in and year out. And it's because there's a lot of college students who are interested in buying books in January and August for the beginning of their semester, and then the rest of the year they lose interest, right? Nobody wants to buy a textbook in April, May timeframe. So that's why there's these valleys. So basically, all we have to do is look for a book that peaks at certain periods and has valleys. And then if we go over to the graph over here, it's the same exact thing, same exact looking mountain, but now on a graph. So here's your January, here's your May, and here's your August. So the easiest thing to do here, look, this book is what, $120. It goes down to $30, and then it goes up to $125 again. So it's as simple as just buying this book for $25 to $30 and then holding on to it and selling it for $125 a few months later. And this is just not one example. There are literally thousands of these books. Last year was 10,000 or almost 10,000 books for me last year selling just like this, right? So we're looking for valleys, we're buying in the valley, and we're selling at the peak.
And that's supply and demand. I mean, this is all, if you're wondering, like, why in the world would a book go from $125 to 20? Well, what happens if you're in a room and there's 100 people who want to buy whatever it is you're selling? The price is going to be high, but what if you go to that same room and there's only 0 people or 1 or 2 people? The price is, you pay what, I mean, supply and demand. So
yeah, no, it's exactly right. And Steve, like, right after Christmas, there are Christmas trees, right? They're like the artificial Christmas trees that are going for like 90% off, right? But the next year, like by the next like October, November timeframe, they're selling that same exact tree now back at full retail. So all we're doing sometimes is literally just holding on to our product and capitalizing on market inefficiencies, and then selling it for what the actual value of that product is. And so there's just so many opportunities like this. I think this is a really great graphic to show you what we're seeing in a mountain versus a graph. And that's all you're looking for. You're looking for these valleys like this.
And people are going to be like, well, if it's so easy, why is not everybody doing it? We've been doing this for 10 years.
Yeah, we have been doing it. You're right. I honestly, I think it's just not, books aren't just sexy, I guess. My orange bars only show 550 when other people are showing 1 million, right? Or 2 million. When you actually dig into it a little bit more than that, we actually make more than them with much less risk, right? Much less risk, much less sales. We don't have to deal with all of it. I think the world of books. So, all right. So we got that slide. Let's go to the other. So let's introduce you to Bookmine, right? Which basically finds those type of opportunities where we're having the peaks and the valleys, stuff like that on Bookmine. So it goes, Bookmine, what it does, it data mines Amazon every hour and finds these type of deals. And every hour they look at about 300,000 books and comes back with about 3,000 books that have potentially this type of pattern. They spot seasonal patterns. So like Christmas books, Halloween books, high school books. They also look for Bookmine also looks for like temporary drops in price by accident, right? Somebody goes in and prices the book by accident really low. It'll quickly pop up on Bookmine. You can be one of the first people to purchase that book. There's, it's easily scalable because you can teach this to a VA. Once you kind of like get this process down, you tell the VA, hey, just basically buy almost everything on this first page, right? There'll be 25 books on each page. I'd say at least 20 of those 25 are purchasable, like that you should purchase those to flip back on Amazon. And that's how good Bookmine is. We run through a ton of algorithms. Not only do we look at Amazon's data, we get that data and then we process it based on historical trends of that book. So together with all of that, we come up with these 3,000 books, right? Because if you think we're bringing down 100 million books down to 300,000, down to 3,000. So these are premium flippable books. And once you get down to 3,000, the vast majority of those 3,000 again are, you can purchase those and resell those back on Amazon. And finally, it's highly customizable. So if like, hey, look, Victor, I only feel comfortable buying and selling books in the $10 range. Like I want to buy a book that ships to me for under $10 and then sell it for 40. Well, with Bookmine, you can literally move the filters around and get only books that are in total cost shipped to your house under $10. And that's easy to do. So we'll in a later slide show you a little bit more about the filters of Bookmine. All right, so let's go start some college books, right? And at the end of this presentation, we'll share it with you guys, right? So you don't necessarily have to like try to write all these numbers down unless you want to be the first people to buy these books. But I promised 10 books that you can double your money on, and that's exactly what we're about to do. So all right, so here's a college book, right? So this book both does really well in August and in January, right? So this book was selling well over $80 over here, $75 over here. And Bookmine just came back and found this book for $29. So basically buy this book for $29, sell it for $70. And it's this simple, right? All you do is click on this link, go into Amazon, click on it, buy the book, have it sent to your house or send it to a prep center. And once it's listed for $70 and wait for the August textbook season. So that is our first example. We have a ton of examples just like that. And it's doing this typical valley, which we talked about, right? It's being in its valley, which again, here in August, it'll come back again. So it's a great book to purchase now when there's less demand on a book like that. So next book up, this is another college book. We got about 6 college books here. So this is a college book you want to, which is right now at around $21. And based on its last 2 seasons, August and January, you can sell this book for $60. So if you do the math here, that's over 100% ROI and pretty easy to do, right? Just buy it again, and the rest of it happens on its own. And that's what's the cool thing about this is I'm not telling you guys of like be on the lookout for these books. No, I'm telling you to go buy this book. Like it's live right now. And I just to help you guys out, I actually made sure that there's no newer editions of this book, that it's not counterfeit or anything like that. So still do your due diligence to make sure you've checked out the book or your prep center looks at the book for counterfeit issues. But I put these books through Book Run, so they're good there. There's no new editions. So basically just buy this book for 21, sell it for 60. It's that simple. So got any questions or you want me to keep going?
Yeah, sorry, I took myself off the screen so people could see the picture.
Good.
See the picture. There's some questions coming in, but I want to save them. I want to get through the 10 books, and I'm actually saving all the questions. So if anyone has any questions, ask away, and I'm holding them on the side. And also for folks who stay until the end, we're also going to share the slides, right?
Exactly.
It's okay if I share those slides with everyone. So you don't have to worry about like writing everything down. And I'm going to share the slides with you. Oh, Christian just says, got one copy. Christian is on point right now. So
yeah, that was quick. Well done. I mean, I verified that these books can handle the amount of people coming in and buying them. Like, how do you verify that? Is basically how much demand this book has and how many copies are there. So I know that if you were to purchase it, it would still be a good buy.
Yeah. So feel free to be sure to stick around, everybody, because we're going to show you these books. Then at the end, we'll give you the slides, but then we're going to show you how you can find books just like this. And there's literally, I'm not even kidding, there's hundreds of thousands. There's literally millions of books like this out there. And we're going to share how to do it. So I'm going to take myself off the screen so everyone can see the full pictures, and let's keep on rolling.
Let's go. Okay. Let's keep going. All right. So we got another college book. Another great college book here. I hope you guys can tell like what we're looking at. Basically, this book in August and September is selling for well over $100. If you look at the black line, and also if you look at the black line here in January, we're also well over $100, right? And if you notice, I'm not looking for the FBA price. I'm telling you, this is the lowest merchant fulfilled price is right at $100. So we're not even trying to buy or to take advantage of the FBA price. We're telling you basically buy this book for $50, sell it for 113 and without having to take advantage of the FBA bump, because the prices here are just so good. So merchant, we're like basing our decisions on the merchant fulfilled price. So definitely a great book here. Buy for 15, sell for 113. Again, double your money, or very close to double your money. And this is the book. We haven't even talked about how many copies you could purchase of each book, but I'd feel comfortable buying 1 or 2 copies of this book easily. So again, this is make $50 times 2, so make $100 on just this book. All right, so next book, we got some, like I said, we have about 6 college books and we have some high school books next. So all right, so this is pretty cool. This is probably one of our higher ROIs. So here, and this is a live example, right? So buy at 16, sell at 55. And why did I come up with 55? Because if you notice, it's 50, there's a marker here at 50, and the price actually goes well above 55. So I'm being conservative when I'm telling you 55, right? And over here, it actually goes into like the $70 mark and both January and August. But just to be safe, sell at 55. So buy at 16, and this is $16 shipped, right? So this is get it to your house or get it to a prep center for $16, sell it for 55, well over 100% ROI, probably closer to 200% ROI. And this again, buy 1 or 2 copies of this book. And it's just as simple, right? You buy in its valleys, and which again, we're in a valley before the next textbook season. So another great college textbook. And yeah, we're just going through these. I mean, I hopefully you guys are catching on and seeing this pattern repeat over and over again. All right, so we got another astronomy college textbook here. Again, in August, we're well over $50 to $60, and also in January, $50 or $60. And you can also see there was a small valley here, but now we're actually at a deeper valley between January and August. So if we basically, again, buy this book, it's almost sounds like I'm repeating myself, but it's this simple. That's why I'm saying it's that scalable, right? You buy this book for $16 and sell it for $60. Again, $16 shipped. Sell it for $60 based on its historical trends. So again, we're not buying with the hope of selling for $60. We're looking at the data and seeing that for the last 2 semesters, it was $60. So why, if everything else is the same and there's no new editions of the book, why wouldn't that happen again? So again, buy it for 16, sell it for 60. We're well over double our money here. I mean, this is at least a few $100s in value just with these 5 or 6 books I've already showed you guys. So excited here. Let's keep going. This is a great law book, and usually I try to tell most new people to stay away from law books. But this particular law book has been out there so long, it's been over 10 years old, that there's nothing really touching it, right? They're not going to come out with a newer edition of this book, or if they are, they're 10 years late. And so this is definitely a book that if you have some capital, pretty easy to do. So this book goes well over $200, as you can see in August and also in January. So, and right now it's $94. So you have to think like, why is this happening? Because no law student is buying a law book in the middle of April or May, right? They're waiting. They're going to buy it again in August when they get into class again. And that's the time to, have your book in stock in Amazon with 2-day shipping. A law student will buy your book for $200. So again, buy this book for $94, sell it for $200. Just that simple.
Hey, let me ask you, Victor.
Yeah.
So, spending $94 for a book is, quite a bit of money. Yep. Are you putting your money into a book in, March and then waiting 3, 4, 5 months for the next season? Or do you recommend people try to kind of time it where they buy it a month or 2 just for cash flow purposes?
I'd say the latest you can buy these type of books to be at its dirt cheapest prices is about 3 months out. So, and then that's pretty good, right? Because you're going to buy the book. It takes like 2 or 3 weeks to actually get into Amazon. And then you have about 2 extra months. So yes, it does require a little bit of cash flow. And so if cash flow is an issue for you, maybe not this particular book, but that book before and the one before that, where it was $16.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But if you have go ahead.
I want to be clear. You don't need to only flip textbooks, right?
Oh, yeah.
When I'm using Bookmine, there's tons of books, right?
Oh, exactly.
And it's the same with eBay to Amazon as well. There's certain items that are seasonal, but most of my items that I'm picking up, I'm buying, sitting in and flipping. But there's opportunities, Victor's kind of hitting on some of the big opportunities because we all want to make the most money, the most profit, the most ROI. This is the highest, most profitable way, but requires a bit more money and a little bit of waiting time, depending on what you're going after. If I hear you correctly.
No, yeah. I have a little bit of limitations to show you all these books, right? Because I have people on Bookmine right now, and then if I showed you those books that are like these like all year round books that just dropped, I know most of those would be gone by the presentation by doing the presentation. But these books, I know what's going to stay around at least for the day, right? So that's why I showed these. But you're definitely right. There are tons of other books out there,
Love it.
not just college books. There's all year round books. There books on gardening, how to fix your lawnmower. I mean, there's 100 million books, right? So yeah, and Bookmine finds them all. I just happen to hit on college books because they're the group where we could all get in together and buy this book. We could all buy like 4 or 5 copies of this book, and it still handle it.
Yeah, and just to be clear, because I'm seeing a couple comments, I want to just touch on a few things really quick. We're buying used books, okay? 100% used books. We're not selling books as new. If you do find these books on eBay or Facebook Marketplace, Mercari, there's other places you could find the books as well. Definitely run it through Book Run Counterfeit Calculator. So just Google it, Book Run Counterfeit Calculator. It'll tell you if the book is likely, highly likely, or unlikely of being a counterfeit. So, we're buying books on eBay. We're buying books on Amazon.
That's right. Exactly. And so why we're doing that is because it's the simplest way, right? They have great return policies. So if you didn't like this book, or if it was supposed to come in very good condition and it comes in acceptable, or for some reason doesn't come with the cover, immediately, it's pretty easy to get that sent back to Amazon, or sent back to the seller through Amazon. They give you a return label. Most of the time, my prep center does that for me. So, and it actually doesn't even charge me for returns. So just an awesome process altogether. Yep. All right. So let's keep going, I guess. I got my first high school book. Okay. So if any of you guys actually know or follow my Facebook group, I'm all about high school books. And the reason why I'm excited about high school books is because I just mean they're awesome, because for most of the year is just a valley for them, right? The only time a high school book usually spikes is like May, June, July, and August. So it has one major season, and then the rest of the year is just a huge valley for them. So this is like a high school like book. Basically, most college students and high school students buy this book in July and August, and the rest of the year have no value in it. You can see there's very few sales in the rest of the year. So we're right now on this book at $16, right? So you can buy this book, shipped to your house for $16, and get this sent to your prep center, and all together, and then sell this book for $60. What's awesome about it is, out of the books that I've just showed you, this book actually has the highest number of demand. So you could buy 10 copies of this book, maybe even 15, 20 copies of this book, of how much demand this book has, and still be well. So we're talking about $300 to $500 profit off of just this one book. And again, it's simple. It's as simple as just going in and clicking on this book, finding it, buying it, and shipping it to your prep center. And a lot of the high school books, that's why I have a lot of fun with them, because their values are really deep, which means you can buy them really cheap, and they go really sky high. In its season. So May, June, July, and August are great times for it, which we're about to start high school textbook season. So I would definitely buy this book pretty quickly here. If you go see in like the May, June timeframe, it's already starting to get some demand, right? So we're talking about that you could buy this book for 16 and start selling it for 60 even in June. So we are at the cusp of high school book season.
Victor's sales are about to spike. He's going to be showing those orange bars.
Yeah, I am. Yes, you're exactly right. Yeah, middle of May is my best time. Like from that point until September, I think I'm the smartest guy in the world.
Yeah, if you see Victor smiling more than normal and he looks extra happy, he didn't win the lotto. All his books are selling. So
exactly. All right, let's keep going. We got another high school book here. And again, you're trying to think, okay, I get a lot of questions, but why high school books? Why are those a thing? Well, what happened is that, and why they're so great is because high school books have to stay in stock for years to come, like for multiple years, because a high school, once they buy an edition, they're not allowed to buy a newer edition for at least 10 to 15 years. It's like in their bylaws, right? So what they have to do is replenish their books with books on Amazon. So we have a built-in customer base for at least 15 years. So who cares if there's newer editions? That's great. There's probably 3 new editions. That doesn't matter because most high schools still have to buy their older edition to keep up with their older inventory. So for instance, this book is probably 10 years old. But every August timeframe, when the school district realizes, okay, we're like 5 books short, they'll come to Amazon and buy another copy or 5 copies or 10 copies of books like this to get their inventory back in stock. So I'm happy to supply them because they're willing to pay some pretty high prices. And so basically here it's the same kind of process where you'll be able to see here August and September book spikes. The rest of the year, kind of a huge valley. So right now, the book is live at $14. So Steve, pretty easy, right? Buy this book at 14, sell it for 48. It's just that simple. So that's a high school book. We got I think we got maybe 2 more high school books. I did say that it was only going to do 10. There's actually 12 books on here. So I wanted to keep over delivering here. Yeah. So, but we're getting through them pretty quickly here. So, all right. So buy this book at 25, sell it at 70. We're literally, this book is literally $25 right now. I just checked. So, and this book is actually over 75 at some points this last season. So, we're being conservative at $70. So buy at 20, buy at 25, sell at 70. And then I know a lot of you guys maybe are new to me and actually think that maybe I'm just making up these prices. You can go back to my Facebook group. I've been giving out these type of guidance for 6 years, and I'm rarely wrong. And if I'm wrong, I'm only wrong by a few dollars, right? So buy this book with 25, sell it for 70 pretty confidently. So there are books like this. And again, which we just talked about, all these books are live on Bookmine right now. All of them. I found them on Bookmine and I put them here. I could literally have shown you hundreds of these, right? So just 12 altogether. Here's another book, buy at 32, sell at 82. And again, textbook season is going to start over here in July. So again, repeating ourselves kind of, but just another great high school book, buy at 32 and sell at 82. Again, we're going to show you that we're going to actually give you these slides. So, and all of these are clickable. You'll be able to click this and actually go into Amazon and buy them. This is another great book. Buy at 18, sell at 50. This is another high school book. It's unbelievable the things that Bookmine kind of just finds for you. Another great high school book. So let's do the math, right? Because some people want to know, okay, well, how can I make $100,000, right? And so we got Joji's numbers and we got my numbers. And so we're going to quickly look at Joji's numbers. He, on average, makes $33 per book he's buying, right? And so he needs to buy about 2,972 books to make $100,000, which is only about 8 books a day. I actually have a lower profit per book. So that's going to take me about 12.7 books a day to make $100,000. But you just think about it. The only thing that's separating you from $100,000 is buying between 8 to 12 books a day. That's it. That's all we're talking about. And buying these type of books, right? Because you're like, okay, what sounds easy? Yeah, you just buy in the valley and sell at their peaks, right? And it's that predictable. It's been, if we actually clicked on those Keepa links, we'd be able to tell this book has repeated its same trend for the last 5 years. So unless you know something different about this, about the economy this coming year, it's going to repeat itself again. So, buy in its valley, which is a great time right now because most books are in its valley, on their valley, and then, be ready for the season to come up and sell all your books then. So yeah, basically that's the only difference that we have versus what you guys are trying to get to. And we made Bookmine to make that easy on you guys, right? Because I know a lot of you guys, even 8 books a day might be challenging to go into Keepa and search a ton of books every hour to try to find these 8 books or up to 12 books for me. But with Bookmine, literally the first page is all you'll need to get to, right? You'll find your 8 books or you'll find your 12 books pretty easily on that first page. So that's what's pretty awesome about Bookmine.
Now I want to stop you right here because we've been going for about, been going for what, 45 minutes or so?
Yep.
No, actually when did we start? We started at 7. Yeah. So we've been going about
7.
45 minutes.
Yep.
Let us know in the comments, guys. Put a 1 and smash that like button for Victor. If you find yourself saying, wow, this is actually valuable, right? This is actually something that I could see myself doing. It sounds pretty easy. Let us know in the comments if you're finding value in this. And we're probably about halfway through. We're actually going to show you how to actually do this, right? We're actually breaking down all the different books, the numbers behind it, how it's possible. Mindful Dolphin, thank you. Just put a 1. But we're going to show you guys exactly how to find it. And if you're wondering, like, I don't know how to read a Keepa chart, it's kind of confusing, we're going to give you a opportunity at the end of the call. I've actually done a 6-week Keepa course. It's going to be 100% free that I want to give you guys a chance to get at the end of the call. We got a lot of surprises, and we're going to be giving 1 or 2 people a chance to win. Yeah, 2 people a chance to win $50 cash. And we're going to be giving everybody the slides at the end, 100% for free. So if you're finding value in this, let us know, because, Victor,
a really crazy amount of value here, Steve.
Victor took his time to just give this away and share it and break it down. So yeah, Sherry says 1, Pero says 1, William, Cody says amazing stuff. Bob Hampton, 76 years old. He says, you can't keep up with me. Optimus FBA. Very, very cool. Okay. So yeah, keep on going, but just wanted to give you your recognition, man. This is really valuable.
Appreciate it. Yeah. I put a lot of effort into it, and this is a compilation of like 6 years worth of work, right? Of figuring out what's the best way to show this off, kind of how to help out newer people in the book business and understand the potential here. Because most booksellers, I'm not exactly sure, but we tend to attract a lot of introverts. So a lot of people aren't willing to come online to talk about this, but they're making money. They are out there selling a ton of books. I know it's possible. I know a lot of people in our group are bringing at least 100K in revenue with books. So yeah, this is just a great venue to be here. And I'm again, Steve, thanks for having me on. Man.
Thank you.
All right. So basically I just showed you guys 12 books, right? And that's just 12. That's really just a sample. And we'll give you those books and you'll be able to buy them. But you'll see over here, we have 2,872 more of those books on Bookmine right now. And you're okay, well, that's just that's today or whatever. No, this is updated hourly. So if you were to buy all 2,872 books in an hour from now, it will refresh, we'll find new books and add them back on Bookmine, because there's just that many books out there that one reason or another have dropped in price. So I didn't even mean to share this particular law book, right? I was just taking a snapshot of how many books are currently on Bookmine. But this book is awesome, right? Buy it 150 something, and that's sell at 160 something. I mean, and buy it 68. So there are just these opportunities throughout Bookmine. It's that amazing, where 2,800 books, it's pretty difficult to not succeed with this type of business. It's really almost like a business in a box, right? Where it's you become a member of Bookmine and just be here ready to purchase some books, at least an hour or two, right? Wait for the books to refresh, go and buy those books, and then go on with the rest of your day. Which I know you asked Steve how long it takes me to source books. I source for less than an hour. And it's mostly because of Bookmine now. And before that, I actually took a little bit longer. So Bookmine even offers me an opportunity to buy more books, because this is a really powerful tool that I don't even have access to with my own income and stuff like that. This requires a ton of data from Amazon and from Keepa, and that type of data is really expensive. So think of this as like we all shared this cost together to make this happen, right? That's how we were able to make the Bookmine this amazing. And we could have just decided to update this once every 12 hours, once every 24 hours, like a lot of other competition. But we were like, no, we want to put this every hour. We want to give you guys the best, freshest data, and that's what we have here. 2,800 books And again, every hour it's done like that. So next hour we'll probably get somewhere around the same amount of books on there.
And I'll say right now, because I have a software as well, it's a different software. It's not a competing software.
Right.
It is. I can tell you right now, it is very, 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 very expensive to, as a developer, to create something like this and have it updated so regularly.
Yes. Yeah.
So just want to put that out there, guys. When Victor says that, it is not at it's not the Walmart version. Another thing is, if you're wondering, like, softwares like this, have they existed? They actually have for a long time, but there's a big difference between this software and other softwares. Other softwares are just comparing it to the buy box. And unfortunately, I'm not going to name any names. Okay. They're great in their own way. I used them for many years, and I would deal with a lot of price tanking. I deal with a lot of books that I would buy that look great, just like Victor's showing. Oh, they look great. But the difference is they were overpriced. It wasn't the true intrinsic value of what it was selling for. Right. It's
right.
Like,
exactly.
Say, for example, I have a book and maybe there's like 25 merchants at like $11, and then I'm the only FBA at 72. You might think, oh, I'm the only FBA seller, I can get $72. But what if no one's ever paid $72 historically? Is it really worth 72? Yeah, maybe someone could come and buy it for 72. But what this software is doing isn't just overinflating the price and then you buy it and it never sells, or no one's ever sold it before. It's finding books that have a true intrinsic value at that price. They have sold. There's a true history of it actually selling. And this, not to go on a tangent, but this is a big lesson for everybody. I don't care if you're thrifting, doing library sales, selling stuff around your house, you're using Bookmine, Amazon flips. You have to figure out what is the true intrinsic value of a product before you sell it, or else it's going to sit, it's going to collect dust, it's going to collect storage fees, and it's going to tank in price. So I just want to put that out there for the folks who are on the newer side, why this is so powerful. But yeah, sorry to steal the show. I get passionate about
Steve. I mean, really well done. It's exactly right. Why one of the reasons why our competitors just looked at the lowest price versus the FBA price, because that's just one data point, and as a developer, that's really cheap to get. Right, one data point, the buy box and the use price, compare those two, and you're done. No, and that's why kind of set up. Sometimes you might be setting up your customers for failure there, right? Because wow, look, the FBA price is 100. It's never sold for 100, but it's currently 100, and the use price is 8. Go take advantage of that, and without actually seeing any of the history of that book, can really get you in trouble. But we actually on Bookmine look for well over 70 data points. So we grab the 7-day used average, the 30-day, the 90-day, the 180-day, the new price. We're grabbing a ton of data points. Plus, we're actually tracking when the book sells. So for instance, okay, that's great. This book went up to $120, but did it actually ever sell at $120? And if it never did, we don't take credit for it. Like it doesn't track that. It only looks for sales. And when the sales happen, that's when we look at the value of that book at that time. And this is the completely different way than any other software is looking at books or any other products that Bookmine is doing. So it takes a lot of data. It takes a lot of work to get that. But these are the actual intrinsic value of the books. We wanted to make sure of that, and like we're comparing it to that. And so when we're saying, hey, this is the book you need to go and buy, it's at $68. It's because we through data have already found that this book sells for well over 150. So go and buy that book. It's that simple. Like, that we've done 100%. Most of the legwork for you.
And I want to make a quick note because I see some comments. Folks are asking, how do I find Bookmine? I have a link in the description. It is an affiliate link. So I just want to be transparent, but the link actually has a $15 off. Well, it's a 10-day trial, so you can try it 100% for free. You don't have to pay anything. It's a $15 discount. So everybody say thanks to Victor. I said, Victor, come on, man. I gotta give folks a deal. So
but how about Steve's crowd? I mean, Steve, you have an awesome crowd, and whatever I can do to help you guys out.
I appreciate it. So if you guys go to the link down below, and we're gonna keep going. I just want to put this out for folks who are wondering. I want you guys to save money. It's a free 10-day trial. If you use the code Steve at checkout, you can save $15 a month. And Since I am an affiliate and I earn a little bit of coffee money, I'm giving away 3 bonuses as well. So anyone who goes through my link in the description, I'm going to be giving you guys 50 high profit book replens that you could sell and flip over and over again. So I'm going to give you a Google sheet with 50
That's
books
awesome.
that you could be on the lookout for. These are books that I have flipped that are profitable. I've done my research on. I'm going to give you direct Amazon links. I'm also going to give you direct eBay links to those products. Number 2, I'm also going to give you guys my virtual assistant playbook. So I've sold over $700,000 in the last year. My team is spending anywhere from $20,000 to $30,000 a month buying all different types of products. So if you're looking to hire a VA, have them source books for you, even though it's not 100% necessary because Bookmine makes it easier, very easy. Yeah. If you want to hire a VA to help, I have a whole entire, it's like a little mini course that I'm giving you guys. And then number 3, Joji and we teamed up and we're giving you replays to a 6-week Keepa course. So if you want to learn how to read Keepa charts, how to understand the true intrinsic value, because it doesn't matter what software you're using. If you're at the thrift store using Bookmine, and I think Victor would agree, you always want to double check. You want to make sure it's correct. There's a lot of nuances. So we have a 6-week course. You can get it instantly. It's 100% free if you go through my link, and it's going to share how to price books, how to analyze books, how to look at the Keepa charts. And it's with myself and Joji, and also how to analyze CDs, DVDs. So, just want to let everybody know if you're interested, but yeah, I want to pass it over to you just if folks are getting eager. So that's it, Victor.
Yeah, no, and Steve, that's awesome because we're basically giving you the whole starter kit, right? If you don't know Keepa, there's a 6-week course or 6 hours of Keepa information you guys are giving away for free, or we're giving away for free. So once you guys learn that like, you'll understand how amazing Bookmine is, right? You'll be able to spot, oh, wow, I can understand this now after going through that type of free content like that you guys are giving, or that we're giving. You'll be able to tell that pretty easily. And I just think that's even more amazing and adds even more to Bookmine. So thank you for offering all of that, Steve.
Yep. Thanks, man. Thanks for offering the discount too. So yeah, let's get back into things. Let's break down how folks can use this so they can reference this video later to start using Bookmine.
Yep. Okay. Sounds good. I want to add one more, because like every time I at least have to talk about one Christmas book, because usually this is the funnest part for me, right? Because most people, if I only have 1 minute with you and they ask me, what do I do? I try to tell them I buy and sell books, and they kind of get lost initially, but I tell them, okay, I buy Christmas books, like right in like May, and sell them during like, December, right? So I buy like the night before Christmas or something like that, where in Christmas time that book really spikes, but the rest of the year it's dead. And so that's exactly what that's exactly what this book is. So I'm basically giving out one more Christmas book for you guys. This book is definitely, down at like $10 now, and it goes for $40. And this book is like in the I think it was published in like 1986 or something. So it's been popping like this every year since 1986. Pretty easy here. Go and buy this book and sell it in the 40s. And just to add even a little bit extra with what just Steve just mentioned. So the first 10 people who sign up for Bookmine, we're going to give them 10 extra Christmas books. We'll send that to you guys, whoever signs up. Which I didn't even tell you we were doing.
Yeah, you didn't even tell me, man. Yeah. Don't be surprising me like that. I love it. Heck yeah. Do I get the copies too?
Yeah, you'll yes.
No.
You'll get the copies too, sure. So these 10 Christmas books are awesome. What's great about Christmas books is you don't have to worry about counterfeit books. You don't have to worry about new editions, because there's not going to be a new Christmas. These are passed down through time, and these type of books will continue to sell well years into the future. So don't even think about these 10 books this year, right? You're going to purchase them this year, but for years to come. So you always want those in your inventory. These are great replens. And so, yeah, the first 10 people will get those 10 books. And again, of course, use the code Steve so that we'll know that you guys came from that, and we'll give the first 10 people there. And I think we're going to get 10 quickly. So I'd suggest, trying to sign up pretty quick. And then, yeah, let's go into Bookmine itself. But what do you say? Is that good?
Yeah, let's rock and roll. Do you
All
want
right.
me to put it full screen and have us kind of at the bottom, or do you like it how it is on the screen right now?
Oh, you
I can
mean
do it.
Bookmine?
Yeah, let me do it full screen like this. So yeah, we'll be able to see it. I'll adjust. I don't want to be blocking the screen. So
Okay. Okay.
yeah, I might take myself off the screen just so you guys can see.
Okay.
All right, perfect.
Oh, we're good. Okay, all right. So pretty easy here. So here's Bookmine, right? And just because I haven't refreshed it in like just a second, but it updates every hour, as you can see over here. It'll tell you the last time these books are refreshed, and so we always get fresh new data that comes in here. And I've right now started out with a filter, so we have 746 books that are currently here. That basically they're just a few filters that I put to start looking through books to purchase pretty quickly. And without having to dig into too much detail, basically all we're doing is every hour these books get refreshed. Here's a snapshot of Keepa, the newest data of Keepa, and all we're doing is looking for books that basically at one point with green lines have a lot of sales happening at in its history, and now are much lower. So, for instance, here's a book that is $25, and this is $25.41 shipped. So this is we dug into the Amazon's price, and we're like, okay, what is the actual price shipped? Because as people who source books will know, a lot of times you click on a book, you think it's a really good deal, and then it's like $15 for shipping. And then, oh, okay, well, that I've wasted time. I thought this was a good book, and then you end up having to, return it or reject it. I mean, well, this type of sourcing you don't, because this is the actual price shipped. So we went in and dug in and got that data from Amazon and are presenting it to you here. So again, extra data, but we wanted to make sure that this is the best product out there. But yeah, all you basically need to do is all we're doing here is scrolling down on an Amazon, on Bookmine to look on Amazon prices using the Keepa charts. So we're like looking over here, right? So this book is in the 50s, it's in the 40s, and now it's $13. So pretty simple. This book, I think we're probably in around $35 range, and it's $9.61 shipped. So this is that simple. You just really scroll down, see what the prices were just historically, and then see if we can buy it much cheaper than that now. But most of these are definitely a yes, just because we've already done most of the work for you. So when you're thinking that this can't be this simple, well, yeah, it is, because all the work is most of the work has already been done for you. So this book, $70-$80 is probably the going rate, and it's currently $44. So yeah, just scroll down the books you like, click on them, and buy them, right? So here's a book that's well in the $60, $70 range, and this again, buy at $35, buy at $33.85. So pretty simple stuff. All you got to do is just scroll down, buy the books you're interested in. Again, every hour it's updated. But quickly, I'll show you a few little filters that you can easily do. So let's just say you are tied on money, right? You're just starting out and you're like, hey, Victor, I really don't have that much money to be purchasing $90 books or even $50 books. What you can do is move this little bar down to say $10, $15, or even $10 shipped, right? So we're going to move this bar. So right now, this means these are books that are altogether $9 or less, basically, or altogether about $12 shipped. Right. So we found 541 books just like that. So here's a book that has been selling in the 40s, in the 30s, and now it's $12. Right. And here's a book that's in the $35, $40 range, and it's $8. So it's like, it's that simple, right, Steve? It's hard to even explain, like, okay, well, the difficulties of it, or I'm trying to make it more difficult than it is. It's literally just seeing a Keepa chart, seeing that, okay, this book is selling in the 40s and now is at $7.89. So again, just come on here, click on Keepa, make the chart a little bit bigger to verify that it does have really good sales. Again, this is the book that is at $3.90, so altogether was around $7. It was selling in August for $40 and in January for $35. So I don't see why I wouldn't go back to that $40 range here in September.
But I have one important question. Brian
Yeah.
McMillan wants to know, this is a tough question. This is probably This might stump you. It's one of the most challenging questions once you start getting into
know.
Bookmine. How do you stop buying books? I'm addicted.
Yeah, you're right. It's that exciting.
Counseling.
It's that much fun. Yeah, there's no way to stop. The best the best way you can do is help out other people, and it helps you feel better, right? Because it's like, well, I can't buy all the books. Let me help out other people and help them out. And so I think that's probably the best fix I have. But yeah, it's definitely a fun thing to do. And so yeah, I mean, I know Steve and I are both addicted to books. Steve's been doing it longer than I have. So yeah, books are that much fun.
Well, very cool. Very cool. One thing I want to mention as well, just put that out there. When you're buying books, and correct me if I'm wrong, right? I want to make sure this is still updated 2024. Do not buy with your Prime account, correct? Or
no, that's correct.
Okay,
so what you want to do is, I have a secondary account, which is basically my wife's account. So whenever I'm trying to buy a Prime book, I'll go in and use my wife's account to buy that Prime book. But most of the time I'm buying from merchant fulfilled sellers, so I don't need to do that. But yeah, if I do get a Prime book, I'll go on her account, make sure my total is over $35, so I get free shipping, and then I get that sent to my prep center. And you know what's also really cool about books, Steve, is that when you do books this way on Amazon and eBay, you only have to file for like one sales tax exempt form, right? You send that to Amazon, and now every book you purchase will be sales tax exempt. So it's not like, right, where you have to like go
Walmart,
get it from
Target,
Kohl's
Best
and
Buy.
Walmart and Target. Yeah, you don't have to do any of that. It's one place, and just get them all shipped to your prep center. It's that simple.
I love books, man. There's always like a special place in my heart for books. I don't know if it's just because it's a book and that's what I started with, or I helped my mom to retire selling books. She's been doing it for actually over 10 years now. I mean, anybody could do it. That's the cool thing about this. It doesn't matter if you're new. It doesn't matter if, my mom, she's like 69. Don't let her know I said that live on the air, but she'll kill me. But anybody could do this, and it's a learnable skill, right? In the beginning, it's obviously anything you do, there's a little bit of a learning curve, and hopefully, the little Keepa course, and obviously the videos, and joining Victor's free Facebook group, and watching Joji Davenport's free YouTube videos. I mean, you could learn how to do this, but I mean, Bookmine makes it pretty darn easy.
It does. And Steve, we have book types over here. You could easily, I just showed you a few Christmas books, high school books, college books. They're all here. So if you just want to just filter out and only look at high school books, you can just click on high school books. And here are the 40 high school books that are available that you could purchase right now. And definitely of these 40, at least 35 of them, you can double your money on. Right. And that's what's really cool about high school books. We have, like I said, we have the other book types there, which, and see, we didn't even talk about this, but this coming Wednesday, Joji and I will be doing like all you guys who are just joining Bookmine, we're going to have like a live video with you guys to walk through Bookmine a little bit more. So you guys will have a chance when you guys sign up to use it and maybe buy a few books, but I'm sure you guys will have some questions. So me and Joji are going to take out some time on Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, to help you guys really succeed in Bookmine. So you don't have to sign up for anything else besides just getting a Bookmine, and we'll make sure we're all there to answer any questions you guys have.
Yeah, these guys are very accessible. So, this is Victor, obviously, but his partner Joji, who's been on my channel a bunch of times. He's a coach in our resellingfreedom.com community. These guys are very accessible. If you have a question, if you post in the group, I could bet my last dollar they're going to answer your questions. So, that's why I partnered up with them. That's why I've been doing business with these guys. Well, at least with Joji for a couple of years now. I mean, very, very, just very good people, honest people. So goes a long way in today's day of age.
Yeah. I feel bad. I mean, like, it's that simple, right? Where I don't even really need to explain it all that much. There's other little filters you can do to like get books even better. Or if you have, say for instance, hey, Victor, I have very little time, right? I'm literally just, I got 10 minutes, right, to source a day. Well, the easiest thing to do here is probably move this Bookmine score up a few, maybe to 6. Basically, you're ratcheting this up, right? You're getting only the best books we have going. You're moving that to 6. You're getting the selling, basically books that are only selling at, or that are selling at least like 10, 15 times a month. And so here are like the 122 books that we just picked right now, and I'm almost sure of it that almost every one of these books are purchasable. Like, okay, so $13 shipped, it was going for 50. So that's one book, right? Just go in there, click buy that book, and then so it's that simple. You have 10 minutes, you can buy 5-10 books pretty easily with Bookmine.
Yeah, and the cool thing too with books, you know, if you're new, you might not kind of wrap your head around this, but the reality is I've been doing this for a long time. There are humongous bulk 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 booksellers who have hundreds of thousands of millions of books. Many times you're going to find 10, 15, 20 copies. So it's not like, you know, many times in my business, I flip a lot of electronics and, you know, board games, DVDs. A lot of times there might only be one copy available or one product. A lot of times there's a lot of them available, and not everybody has cash available to invest. So if you have money to invest, even if it's a couple $100, these books will sit here for a while. And if someone, you might think, oh, Victor's going to scoop them all up. There's millions of books, and many times there could be 5, 10, 15 copies available. So
yeah, let's go with your example. So here's a college book right here that is going in the 50s, and hopefully you can still see my screen. So 50, 50, and we can click on the used offers over here, and there is two book. Well, there's just one here, but a lot of times there's more than one. So at least buy this book here. There's a lot of opportunity in books like that. So basically click here and just purchase it. So you're right, Steve. There's a ton of opportunities where a lot of times there's at least more than one copy of a book, right? I'm buying a lot of times 5 to 10 copies of a book each time that a book drops.
We had a question that came in, and I said yes, I think it's necessary, but I'm curious what your thoughts are.
Yeah.
There was a gentleman who was asking, is it necessary to also purchase the $20 per month Keepa plan? Because Keepa is free, but they have a paid plan that's $20 a month. I said yes, I use it. I mean, there's a lot of nuances. I mean, I sell a lot more categories as well. So I want to see some of those advanced metrics that Keepa offers for the paid plan. For booksellers, is it necessary to get a paid Keepa plan? What are your thoughts on that?
No, good question, Stephen. And the answer there is yes. You got to know without Keepa, right? You'll be able to see the snapshot, which is on Keepa there, right? When you're on Bookmine, but you're not going to be able to like look farther than this. So you'll be able to see these two humps, but you're not going to be able to go farther than that point and be able to see, oh, wait, it's continued every year. And that really helps you feel confident in your purchase, right? Well, it's happened every year. Okay, this is definitely the book to purchase. And for $20, it's really a no-brainer. It's matter of fact, I would say that's one of the first things you need to purchase when you're buying when you're getting into selling books is a Keepa subscription. So you can make it without it, but I don't suggest it. And I don't, because you're basically almost buying blind. You're buying off Bookmine, which definitely you have a really great shot starting out there. But you need Keepa to get that extra like 5 or 10%.
Exactly. And a lot of these items you're going to be buying. I mean, again, we talked about it. There's books you can buy and flip it today. Yeah. But there's also going to be books where you're investing in an asset. These books are assets. You're investing in them, and you're buying low and you're holding. So when 3 or 4 months comes down the road, maybe you're not going to use a prep center. Maybe you're going to store them at your house. You're going to have to use Keepa to remember how to price it, and maybe the market changes a little bit. Sometimes markets fluctuate just like any market. So, like I was mentioning before, for anyone who does join Bookmine, or there's one thing I actually want to put out there too. If you've joined Bookmine previously, and I want to do this for you guys on this call, if you've joined previously, even if you didn't join through my affiliate link, I'm here to help you guys.
Wow.
Just email my team at support@rakeandprofit.com. You are going to have to share your email that you purchased Bookmine with, even if you didn't go through my affiliate link, because again, I'm here to help. I'm happy to give you guys those bonuses, right? The 50 book replens,
appreciate it.
The VA course, and also the 6-week Keepa course. But we're going to verify that you actually, I don't want to give it out to 7,000 and disrespect the people who actually paid for it. But yeah, my email is support@rakeandprofit.com. So just put in the title like Bookmine customer, and then say, hey, I purchased Bookmine. Here's my email. If we verify it and you're actually a customer, we'll send over to you. So I'll probably send you a list of emails afterwards, Victor, Perfect. If I could. I don't want to disrespect your current user base.
I appreciate that. And behalf of all the Bookmine members, I'm sure they're all going to really appreciate that. That 6-week course is golden, right? That's really a great about a lot of value there that both you and Joji taught. So thanks for that.
Yep, you are
So
welcome.
so here's a book we were talking about, right? So which we just found on Bookmine now. This book is, I know it's kind of hard to see. Maybe I can try to expand it a little bit. All right, so we're at like $58 and $58 again, 60 around there, and you can see right now it's down to $13. And so which we were just talking about, you can only purchase one usually. Well, here are 3 copies. So you buy these 3 copies and then move on. But what's really good about having a Keepa subscription is, hey, buy these 3 copies and then track this book, right? You want to track this book for 10 years even. So you start tracking it, and basically now it's always in your inventory. It's always part of your tracking spreadsheet. So every year, which again, if more than likely it's also going to drop again in October or November, be there ready to purchase this book again in October, November to sell back in January. So once you do this this with books, say 1 or 2 years, you'll have enough trackable books that that's pretty much what you're doing, and you use Bookmine to find more of those books. So say for instance, if I've sold 9,000 books and I want to get to 10,000, I'm going to use 1,000 books by finding them through Bookmine. So I'm going to buy those books and also track them, because I want to always make sure every year I'm buying them, because they have a repeatable pattern. Every year the book drops and spikes during predictable time periods. So
I think we should give away some money. What are your thoughts?
Well, let's go for it.
So we promised everybody who stayed till the end, and we'll probably answer a couple more questions. What we're going to do now is
so I'm going to stop sharing my screen.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, let me remove that. So what we're going to do now, first off, thanks so much for sharing that.
Let's go.
Again, if you guys found value in this, please let us know. Sometimes as content creators, we don't really know, like, are people enjoying it? So let us know in the comments. Maybe share something you learned, or just put a 1 if you've enjoyed it. And if you want me to bring Victor on more often, or get Joji on, hitting that thumbs up button definitely lets us know. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to give away 2 $50 what are we just going to pay him PayPal or something?
We'll send it to him into PayPal.
Yeah. I'll have the winners message my team, and we'll reach out to them. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to have everybody comment down below. I want to know, let's just say that you're using Bookmine. You went on for an hour. Maybe you sourced like 5-10 books. You made a couple $100 profit or more. And maybe you're hungry. You're so hungry and you want to have a nice meal. What are you going to eat after? I want to know, what are you going to have? A slice of pizza? You're going to have a taco? What are you going to do? You're going to make a smoothie? I want to know what is going to be your next meal, not your last meal, right? Because this is just the beginning. What's going to be that meal when you're feeling good and you're like, man, I just sourced books from home. I didn't have to go thrifting, which still thrift. I love thrifting. I love going to library sales. Claire says pizza. Steve says taco. Kelly actually signed up for Bookmine just recently. She said fast food. I need to get back to buy-in. And Mindful Dolphins also asking, what prep centers do we use? We can share those. We promise. You use what? Do you use Virginia?
I Little All Prep. We both use Frank. Frank is awesome. So basically, this is that simple. I know a lot of people have issues like, okay, Victor, I don't want to like lose control of my inventory. But literally, once you do, I've never had anyone tell me that they did that and wanted to go back the other way. So I'm just letting you know, just Google Little All Prep. And the owner is Frank, and he's awesome. Frank Brown. Is it Frank Brown?
I think it's Browning. I know it starts with a B. Yeah. Browning.
Anyways, awesome team there. And basically they will work with you. They'll customize a plan for you. So if you only want 10, when you get to 10 books, they'll ship it out. They'll do that for you. Or if you get to 50 books, they'll ship 50 books or whatever you want to work, because like you guys are partners in this, right? It's not like they work for you or you work for them. You guys work together. And so you guys come up with a plan and make that happen. And it's that simple, where about maybe I could probably get a sign up for a prep center in 10 minutes. right? I could literally contact Frank. Hey, I'm about to send you some books. He'll tell me
Yeah.
cool. And he'll tell me here's my address, and they'll start looking for my books. It's
Yeah.
that simple. And it's easy.
And they have a great software as well. I was so
Yeah.
terrified to get a prep center. And once I started using Little Owl Prep, I mean, it was a game changer. So Little Owl Prep is good. Also, I think Joji, what do they use? Central
Virginia Prep. Yeah, Central Virginia Prep. And Shanna Mann is actually coming to the Books and Beyond conference. And she is definitely the owner of Central Virginia Prep. She's a great prep center. If you're really looking for a organized group of people, that is the one where she will tell you every step of where your book is, every exact step, even the minor little steps. And she runs a tight ship there. And what's great about both of these, Frank and Shanna, is that they do books, right? They started with books and they know books really well, and so they treat booksellers. They know exactly what we need, right? They know to grade a book acceptable or like new or whatever, not to list it as new. They also can check for counterfeits pretty easily. So definitely, and less than $2, it's a no-brainer on that.
All right, I'm scrolling up and down right now. I'm not going to be looking hard. I'm just going to make sure it's all the comments. Okay, person, you tell me when to stop, and I am going to stop scrolling.
Okay, stop.
Okay. All right, and the name is Bob Hampton.
Bob.
We got Bob Hampton.
Bob, that's awesome.
With the double cheeseburger. Bob is enjoying himself. Yes. So I know, Bob, we talk on Facebook. Send me a private message with your PayPal, and I'll get that over to Victor, and we could send you over that payment. Okay. Perfect.
We'll make that happen. Congratulations. Well done, Bob.
Yeah, congratulations. That's awesome. That'll get them a couple more books. Perfect.
Exactly. Yeah. You can buy up to 5 books with that.
Awesome. And
Bob goes,
let's do the next $50 one. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to have everybody put in I'm going to have you guys type in the word books. Okay. And you can spam it as much as you want. You could spam the comments as much as you want right now. I just want you guys to go psycho, and I'm going to do the whole scrolling game as well. So I'm going to wait, and you guys can literally spam it. Yeah. You got to smash that like button though, and type in the word books. And I'm going to start scrolling, and I'm going to let the algorithm do what it does. And when it stops, it stops. So I'm going to have you do a, holy crap, there's a lot of books coming in. Wow.
Well, I mean, let them have it for a second. I think
all right. I'll let it.
This is fun. I'm happy a lot of people are here, seeing a lot of value here. I think this is great. Yeah. Tons of people with books.
Hey, we got Johnny Flips in the house. What's up, Johnny?
Let's go.
Good to see you. Yeah. Awesome. Okay.
I'm ready to go when you are.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna get to the top, and wow, there's a lot. Okay, I'm scrolling right now. I'm not gonna look.
Okay.
You tell me when to do
an extra second or two here.
Just making sure my cursor's on the thing.
Yeah,
okay.
You're on the okay, ready. All right, stop.
And Sarah. Okay. So
Sarah, I actually don't know which Sarah this is. I know some Sarahs. So which Sarah are you? But congratulations.
Yeah. Sarah, let us know what your name is in the comments. If you can give me your email, Sarah, or something, or what you can do, Sarah, is you can actually, if you could put, I hate having her put her email out in front of everybody, or what you can do is take a screenshot from inside of your YouTube. So I know it's you. I'm going to save that right now. Give me 1 sec.
Sarah. Yeah.
So Sarah, if you want to put your email, you can. If not, take a screenshot from inside your YouTube, and I'm going to have my team right now as well take a screenshot of Sarah's YouTube, so I know it's you, and we'll save that URL. Send an email to my team at support@rakeandprofit.com with a screenshot. Say, Bookmine $50 winner. Include that screenshot, and we will hook you up with that $50 cash payment that must be spent on books. Now, do whatever you want with it. You can buy a double.
Value we just gave, Steve. That's pretty awesome. We gave so much opportunities there. It's pretty wild.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, Johnny says thanks for the free sauce. Hey, appreciate you, Johnny. I've loved kind of connecting with Johnny from time to time at some of the events and watching his growth. So hope you're doing well, Johnny. Cool. So I think that's all we got. I don't know. Oh yeah, let me put the link to the slides as well. Is that okay if I share that in there?
No, it's good. And just to let everyone know, we've gotten 5 or 6 signups now. So we still have a few more if you guys want the Christmas list to get to 10. And even after that, there's a ton of value that we have just by you guys signing up. So
yeah, and if you guys are watching the replay afterwards, you're like, oh, I missed this live. You'll still get all the bonuses and stuff.
Yep.
So
right.
If you want the 50 book replens that you can buy on Amazon and eBay, if you want the virtual assistant training, if you want the 6-week Keepa course, 100% free, all you've really got to do is just go through the 10-day trial, sign up for a free trial. I mean, if you cancel, you're still going to get it. I'm just rewarding folks who go in, take action. So yeah, go ahead, get that trial. The link is down below in the description. So if you go down under my YouTube video right now, you're going to see it says learn more about Bookmine plus get my exclusive bonuses. It's rakeandprofit.com/goldrush. And when you click on that, you're going to see all my free bonuses. I just want to, kind of share with you guys what I'm going to give you for free, and use the code Steve at checkout, which will give a $15 off. Now that $15 off, they don't get charged instantly, right? Is it a free trial? It's a free 10-day trial.
It's a free 10-day trial, and then it's $15 from that point on. So they get 15. So yeah, right. Because we talked about maybe giving like a $30 discount. I was like, but that's just for 1 month. We would rather give out $15 for every month, right? So it's actually way more valuable this way. $15 from this point on. So yeah, you think about it, it's well over $180 a year.
Sarah, you could also, if you're on Facebook, Sarah, you could also look me up at Steve Rakin, and I'll check my friend requests if you want to just shortcut the customer service email. But yeah, cool. All right, so she's got it. Okay, perfect. So this was fun. This was great.
This was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, let me put the link to the slides real quick in there for everybody. And should I put it in the description for the YouTube replays?
Sure.
As well?
Yeah, we're going to keep that up. So yeah, these books are live now, even if you can't. So if you're watching the replay and all these books have actually been purchased, track them all, right? Go into your Keepa account, track those. They're still going to be great for the next semester. Those Christmas books, more than likely, will continue to sell from years to come. So track all 12 of those books. I think a really wise thing to do. So yeah, click on this link and will show you the slides, and on there you'll be able to click on Amazon to buy the books.
Yep. So yeah, I'll put that link in the description right after this. Thank you so much, Victor. Big shout out to your partner as well, Joji. And just so everybody knows as well, if you're like, man, I want to dive in, I want to learn as much as I possibly can, we are also hosting a live conference in Las Vegas, September 13th to the 15th. So you can meet us live in the flesh. We have a bunch of speakers. We're hoping to get a couple hundred people together. We're going to be right on Fremont Street at the Four Queens Hotel. It's going to be a 2-day event with probably 15, 16 hours of live training, content, speakers, networking event. We rented out an after party at the Real World Suite, which
Penthouse Suite. Yep.
Penthouse
crazy.
Suite. So check out the description as well.
Booksandbeyondcon.com.
Yep. So just it's the second link down there. Get your ticket to the Books and Beyond conference. We've already had a bunch of people join, and it's actually on early bird pricing right now. And yeah, you get to meet all of us, myself, Victor, Joji, Avery with Go-To Lister. We've got a ton of people that are going to be going. And man, Johnny Flips, you got to be there, man. Johnny, I think you missed Miami Seller Conference this year, man. You can't miss Books and Beyond.
Yeah. Think about this, right? We're selling this for $297. It's unbelievable the amount of value that conference is about to give out for $297. This is the time to be buying it. This is its value of the season. It's only going to go up from here. And even at $297, I told Steve, we're probably just going to break even. He told me that's fine. Let's break even. Let's get to $297. Let's help people out. And if that's what we do in our first year, that's what we do. We really want to bring booksellers and eBay to Amazon sellers together. So that's why we're holding it at that price. And we said we're going to hold it for about 30 days, Steve, until we decide where we go from there.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we get to see everybody live in person, get to connect by then. Hopefully you guys have sourced hundreds of profitable books. But with that being said, Victor, thank you so much. Check the description down below. Again, if you want to get Bookmine, the discount, all the bonuses, check out the Books and Beyond conference. I'll also link up Joji Davenport's YouTube channel and Victor's free Facebook group and the slides as well. So I got some homework to do after this live call. So
thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate it. Thank you for letting me show you Bookmine.
All right, guys. Talk soon. Much love.